today's workout is essentially strength only. We've got 4 sections of 4 exercises that we're going to do 2 times each, 45 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and each section is a portion of your body: legs, core, arms, chest and back. All right, we're going to start with a little warm up to get everything working here. So we'll just start with some pulsing squats, so sending those hips back while keeping the chest proud. All right, coming up and down, breathing out while you come up. And then when you're ready, add in an arm raise. Nothing too deep to start out here. Great work. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now we're going to widen our stance. Come to one bent knee and then the other, keeping a nice low figure here, and imagining just swooping through side to side, and get those arms out to the side and flip your hands up and down, up and down. Just starting to wake up all of the joints here, all of the limbs, all of the muscles, the cardiovascular system too. Even though we won't be working up a cardio sweat today, we'll still be using all of those pieces of our body. So we want to give everything a nice juicy warm up. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We'll do some marching here. Nice deep breaths. Swing through the chest side to side. Starting to engage your core a little here. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We're gonna have a wide stance here for a second. Scooping through as though we're grabbing a ball behind our feet or our body here, and then swooping it way up to the sky, and then bringing it back down and shooting it like a bowling ball through our legs. Up and down. Up and down. Really opening up through the hips here and through the shoulders. One more. And down. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to do some heel kicks. So one foot towards the glute and then the other. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, I hope you've got some water, a towel, yoga mat, or carpet, whatever works for you. Hopefully your dog's not as close to you as mine is to me, because I know that's going to end up in a casualty there. All right, we are going to start with a squat and then a left side tuck. So we're going to come through here and tuck. All right, we're going to tuck one side the whole time. And we'll start, come on. Okay, here we go. Start in 3, 2, 1, squat and left tuck, squat and left tuck. Okay, now you can come into as much of a tuck or as much of motion as you want. Breathing out while you're exerting your hardest, so while you're coming into that tuck. And if this is too much for you, at the top, just raise your foot just a little bit, okay? Come into that squat and raise your foot, or even just onto your toe, okay? We're just putting a little extra work into that left side right now. Don't worry, we'll do the other side as well, in case you were worried. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now we're going to do a forward lunge. We will alternate sides here. So left foot and right foot. 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward, coming down and pushing back up. Keeping your heart over your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. No balance right now. Breathing out as you come up, in as you go down, and using that handshake method if you need more balance. Ten more seconds. Three, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, now we're going to do a squat with the right tuck. So same squat and then just coming to the right side. You can also do the heel raise. 3, 2, 1. So squat and then something on the right side. So whether it's just lifting your heel or lifting your foot or coming into a full tuck. Can also vary how low your squat goes. You can come way down to the ground or just a little one, just like that. All right, got all sorts of options to do what works for you. Now you'll notice we're not doing any hard cardio, but my breath is still increasing and I imagine yours is too. We're still working the body here. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now we're going to come into tabletop position for a donkey kick. We will do our left foot here. 3, 2, 1. Sending that foot up, keeping our knee bent, and then hovering at the bottom. Breathing out as you push your foot up. And keeping your abs towards your spine, so your full core is engaged here. Your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. You've got a soft bend in your elbows. Just about there. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, round 2. So we're going to do all of those things again. We're going to start with the squat with the left side tuck. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And tuck. And tuck. Remember, you've got your variations here. If you're gassing out, come to less of a squat and then just lift your heel at the top. All right. Still breathing out as you come up. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, forward lunge, round 2. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward, breathing out as we come up. Alternating legs here. And once you've got it going well, you can think about coming low enough that at the bottom, both of your knees come to a 90-degree angle. Or that's the goal anyways. That's what you're imagining. It's what you're hoping to happen one day. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, squat with the right leg tuck. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Down and right. Down and right. When we're doing this one, we're also working our obliques. We're pulling that leg up towards us. So we're using our hip, our obliques, our quads. All right, all sorts of things here. This is the leg section, obviously, but we are getting a well-rounded workout even now. Try to meet that arm and leg on the side if you're still with me. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, donkey kick, right side. Hands under shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push that leg up and down. Breathing out while you come up, in while you go down. Bringing your abs towards your spine. Soft bend in the knees. Whoops. Soft bend in the elbows. Your middle finger is pointed directly forward. That just makes sure that your elbows are in a good location, good direction. 15 seconds left, and then we're on to our first water break. Already a quarter done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, let's take a sip of water. If you have the need, maybe a little dab of glisten. Whew. This room is warm right now. All right. So the next one we're gonna do is gonna be our chest and back. So we're gonna start with a forward arm raise, which means we need, I tell ya, good girl. We need our weights here. All right, so we'll grab whatever you've got, whether it's like laundry detergent or milk jugs filled with water, not milk maybe, or weights, that's great, or cans of beans, bottles of water. Okay, here we go. Forward arm raise, pretty standard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll those shoulders back. Bring your weights up and down. Breathing out as you come up, in as you come down. Controlling the motion very carefully while you come down. You don't want the weights to be controlling you. You want to be controlling the weights. Always soft bend in the knees and elbows, and your core is engaged to support this motion. That way you're not bending in your back. All right, you are rocking it. If you're able, add a little smile on the face. 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now we're going to do a back fly. So we'll hinge at the hips and we're going to come out to this side. So drop those weights down. 3, 2, 1. Come out and control the motion down. Breathing out as you bring those weights up, and then controlling your breath and the weights as they come down. Again, as always, soft bend in the knees. Perfect. Looking a couple feet ahead of your feet. Perhaps looking at your puppy. Oh yes, you. 10 more seconds. You're rocking this. Remember, if you're gassing out, one arm at a time. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, now we're going to stay in that same position and do a renegade. So we're going to bring our weights up and then come back down. 3, 2, 1. So up and then slowly coming down. Up and slowly coming down. Like a firework going up and then gently coming down. Great work. Trying to focus on having a strong back here and a proud chest, so no big bend in your chest. Knees can be as bent as they need to. My hamstrings are super tight right now, so my knees are very bent. Perfect. 5, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, now we're going to do a military press. So we're going to start at the top of a bicep curl and push up. All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. So push up and then control down. Push up, control down. Breathing out as you push up. Breathing in as you control the weights coming down. Getting control of that breath just helps you harness a little extra power, gets you a little more effort into that exercise that you want to get done so bad. Perfect, great work today. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, that's done round 1. So we're going to come back to those forward arm raises here. 3, 2, 1. Shoulders are rolled back, bringing the weights up and coming back down. If you are gassing out, remember you can do one arm at a time here. All right, just like so. Alternate arms, no problemo. If you're looking for extra, come up to the top, out to the side, back in through center, and down. All right, there's a couple variations for you today. The main thing is to make sure your form is good. Make sure you're doing it right before you're doing it strong. Don't want to push hard and end up in injury. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, back fly. We're going to bend our knees, hinge at the hips. 3, 2, 1. Come out to the side like a nice flying albatross and back down. Again, if you're gassing out, one arm at a time works wonders. It lowers your time under tension, which makes your muscles work a little less long. All right, you still want to make sure all your form is good. Your core is tight, your belly is sucked towards your spine. Got a soft bend in the knees. All right. Controlling the weights as they come down. You don't want to drop them on your puppy, who's sleeping like a sweet princess. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Standing renegade, so staying in those hinged position or getting back into it anyways. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Coming up to the side and then controlling the motion as it goes down. Up to the side, controlling as it goes down. You can do one arm at a time here if that's what you're feeling. And if you need a little extra here, add a swing back at the top, a slow swing back, but a swing back nonetheless. Great work. Focusing on bringing your abs towards your spine and having a proud chest so there's no bend in that back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, military press, and we're on water break 2 and half done, just like that. 3, 2, 1. Pushing up to the sky and coming down controlled. Great work. This exercise is going to work your chest and your front shoulders, your anterior deltoids, they would be properly called. Control that motion, and if you're finding this a little easy, slow the motion when you're coming back down, all right? If you're finding this too much, drop it down to one arm at a time. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, let's take a little sip of water here. Well, I got 2 waters. Perfect. All right, next is going to be arms and a little bit more shoulders. All right, are you ready for this? Let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna start on our backs for a skull crusher. Grab your weights. 3, 2, 1. Bent knees, pointing those elbows towards each other and pushing up. So you're trying to keep the upper arms steady and still while the forearms rotate up and down, extending towards the sky. Your abs are pulling towards the ground here, trying to make it so there's no hole between your abs and the ground. Your knees are bent, otherwise there's definitely a hole between your back and the ground. All right, breathing out as the weights go up, in as they come down. Great work. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now we're going to come into a seated bicep curl. Tia, I need you to move a little bit. Puppies. 3, 2, 1. All right, so strong shoulders up and down. Breathing out while your weights come up, in while they come down. Now if you're finding this a little easy, lift your heels off the ground. Engage that core a little extra. And tilt your shoulders further towards the ground. Even an inch will increase how hard your muscles are all working. Your core is feeling it. It is alive. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, we're gonna get into plank or half plank. I need you to move silly. Yeah, silly. On my yoga mat. 3, 2, 1. All right, come into plank position or half plank position. And when you're nice there, when you feel like you've squished into place, scooched into place, however you got into place, we're gonna add in a shoulder reach. So one shoulder forward and then the other. All right, as though you've got a partner right in front of you and you're high-fiving, or maybe you do. If you feel like you're gonna lose your balance or your hips are like going way up high at one side and then the other, widen your foot stance and that'll help you stay more steady. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now we're gonna come into Superman position. So pushing that pelvic bone into the ground, keeping our shoulders and thighs off the ground. 3, 2, 1. All right, so here we are. You can hold this as an isometric pose, or you can start bringing your elbows towards yourself, towards each other at the base of your shoulder blades. All right. Breathing out as the elbows go down. Like you're swimming through some really thick glue. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Taya, you have to move. Go, go. Go. There you go. Yeah. All right, skull crushers round 2. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ooh, these are heavy weights. All right, point those elbows towards each other. Breathing out as the weights go up. You can either have your thumbs in the middle here or your pinkies in the middle. You can also have the weights parallel to each other. The biggest thing is that you want your upper arms to be steady, all right, so that your triceps are really working here. If your upper arms are moving all over the place, then it's not your triceps doing the work. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, bicep curl round 2. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up and down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good girl. Breathing out as your weights go up. In as they come down. If you've got your heels off the ground, that's amazing. If you've got your heels on the ground, that's amazing. The biggest thing is having a proud chest here, while you bring those weights up so you're not putting extra pressure on your back. Wonderful work. Just about there. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, plank with the shoulder reach, round 2. Move my yoga mat over a little. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You can just add in some little hand taps to your weight if you want, if the shoulder reach is too much for you. But if you're able, add in that shoulder reach, focusing on not spilling the proverbial plate of cookies that are resting on your hips. Your glutes, perhaps, is more appropriate. Great job. We're almost done group 3. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, let's come into Superman. Here we go. Push that pelvic bone into the floor. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now you can hold here. You can glide, so going up and down. Or if you're able, push those elbows towards each other at the base. Really focusing on pushing your pelvic bone into the ground. The whole rest of your body is attempting to lift away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, done round 3. Let's grab that sip of water. Beautiful. All right, round 4. Are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna start with a plank. This one I imagined us rolling over in a square, so we go plank, side, up, plank, like other side, down. Anyways, you'll understand when we do it. We're gonna start with a full plank. You can do half plank if that's where you're at, or tabletop if that's where you're at. But if you're able, join me in a plank. 3, 2, 1. If your wrists are getting sore, because we've been on them a little bit, you might want to come down to your elbows. If you're on your elbows, you tend to work your core a little extra. If you're on your wrists, you tend to work your shoulders a little extra. All balances out in the end. Controlled breath here. Great work. You can widen that foot stance if you need, or if you're really gassing out, add in a little knee tap. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, ladies on a beach. Side 1. We're gonna send that hip up to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Stretch our upper leg out, and we'll come up, down, in, out. On my notes, I usually write udinos for this one, for up, down, in, out. All right, breathing out while your leg goes up, because that's when you're exerting the hardest, trying to make sure that your elbow is planted underneath your shoulder. 20 more seconds. Great work. And 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, now we're going to come onto our backs for a glute raise. Here we go. Scrunch those shoulder blades towards each other. 3, 2, 1. Now reaching up, starting with the quads and the glutes, pushing up towards the sky, and then coming back down to an inch above the ground before you start to rise again. Imagine holding a tennis ball in between your knees. All right, so your knees are pulling towards your center line, and you'll want to breathe out while you're pushing up. Although this whole entire exercise is a very controlled motion. Kind of rolling up, starting with the quads, pushing the hips up high, and the abs have to follow even though they'd rather stay on the ground. 3, 2, 1, perfect. All right, now you can do side 4 of your square. I'm gonna face towards you, so I'll be on this side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hip up, and left, other leg up, down, out. Whatever leg you didn't do last time, you'll be doing now. Great work, breathing out while that leg goes up. If at any time you're gassing out, let your hip come to the ground and continue on. If you find like this is an easy peasy lemon squeezy, you can come to a full side plank rather than a half side plank, so you'll be resting on your ankle rather than your knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, perfect. All right, where are we now? Back to planks, here we go. Plank number 2, 3, 2, 1. Your elbows or your wrists are just underneath your shoulders. Your feet are underneath your heels, imagine that. But they might be hip width apart. They might be your yoga width apart. Whatever is working for you today. You want to be focusing on, eventually you'll want to be in a nice straight line. Your abs are pulling towards your spine. Quads are engaged. We've got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, perfect. All right, here we're gonna come on to side planks again. This time we are gonna do those triangles. 3, 2, 1. So push up, and we're gonna go up, forward, back, up, forward, back. All right, so we're doing a triangle. If you're having a real hard time finding out how to do a triangle here, you can do a circle. You can do a square, whatever shape works for that leg. All right, as long as you're raising it, lowering it, moving it, while you're pushing your hip up to the sky, hopefully. Strong shoulders, strong chest. 10 more seconds. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. Glute raise. Here we go. You can add in a weight if you so desire. Oh, just hold it on the hips. 3, 2, 1. Scooch those shoulder blades together, creating a little bit of a hollow spot there. Breathing out while your weights go up, your hips go up, and in while they come down, pushing those glutes up to the sky. Your core is pulling up and in. Great work. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, side 2. And then we're all done, just like that. Super quick little one. Hey, 3, 2, 1. Or it felt that way anyways. I don't know about the time. Up, forward, in. Up, forward, back. I don't know what you'd call that. Great work. Just about done. 15 more seconds. If If you're gassing out, drop that hip to the ground. If you're able, stay with me. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Awesome. All right. We're going to come into our cool down. And I'm going to start just by keeping our knees nice and wide on the yoga mat. And then planting our hands forward. So it's like we're in a tabletop position, but our knees are wider. And then we're going to send our hips back and down and our chest towards the sky. All right, you're going to feel this as a hip opener through your hips. You want to be sinking those nice and low as you can. Sending the chest towards the sky. Sounds like the wind is picking up out there. Perfect. All right, now we're going to plant the feet, so roll the toes under, plant the feet, come into downward dog, and pedal it out. Couple nice deep breaths. And we'll start walking our hands towards our feet, coming into a forward fold. And we'll just hang here for a quick second. Maybe a little forward and backward shake. Whoop. Swing those hips side to side a little, perhaps. And now rolling up. Perfect. All right, we're gonna grab one ankle. And for a quad stretch here, sending our hip towards the front if we're able. Once you've got good balance. And now the other side. Release. We'll have a nice wide stance, arms above our head, and roll over to one side. Side body stretch, side hip stretch, and the other side. Back to center, and now interlace those fingers behind your back, zip up through the legs, and send the chest towards the sky or where the ceiling meets the wall. Okay, we're going to come back into downward dog here for a quick second. We'll take one foot, send it up to the sky, add in a couple of fancy little ankle twists, and scoop it forward and across for a pigeon's pose. You can come down, chill out on your elbows for a second with me if you're up for that. Can make some fists with your hands and rest your forehead on that, or pancake the hands and come down a little further. Perfect. All right, back to downward dog for side 2. Pedaling the feet for just a quick second. Second foot way up high, a couple little ankle twists. And scoop her forward, cross it over, and come into pigeon on side 2. Again, you can make those hands into fists or pancake them. Really, doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter what your shape is, what matters is that you're feeling a seriously lengthening stretch through your glute and possibly your hamstrings, possibly somewhere else in your body that feels good. Everybody feels stretches differently. And when you're ready, come out of it. Come into a quick little seated position. And we're gonna bring one foot nice and close to our bodies, stretch the other one out, and we'll do a one-handed outside foot stretch, keeping our chest nice and open. You can have this knee bent or have a pillow underneath it if that's what works for you. Don't want to be overextending the knee for sure. And now to the other side. And 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a good time in today's strength workout, and I hope to hear from you soon.